Where we last left our heroes, Danir the Tabaxi Wizard, Asmo the Snake Man Fighter, Nara the Drow Sorceress, and Wolfgang the Goose Warlock. They were traveling up the mountain trying to reach the land of Lon Othrond, the haven city of the elves, nestled deep, deep within the overgrowth, a large expanse of forest protected by creatures that spill out through the Fey realm, as well as a thick mist, which seemed to distort time upon entering it. After learning how to navigate the mist and meeting up with some citizens of Lon Othrond, a quartet of interestingly, very intricately armored elves, they learned a bit about the place that they were going, just through the methods by which they were dressed and how they acted, and were even, Danir was even offered a introduction at the Academy for the High Arcane upon should they find their way in. But one of the last hurdles keeping them away from the mountain that they needed to climb was the lair of the Chronosaur. The party found themselves in the sights of the time-devouring dinosaur and ended up drowning the large T-Rex in time juice until it became an egg. About the best way I can describe that, yeah.
Yep.
Nara swooped up the egg and the party began their ascent of the mountain, Wolfgang being turned into a goose to aid with his ascent.
Bonk.
So as the party makes their ascent along with their newly summoned companion, a pixie by the name of Orange Blossom, we join them on their ascent to the peaks of Lon Othrond. As you begin your ascent of the mountain, slowly, Danir, who has a climb speed, just climbing from one ledge to another, Goose Gang taking his time to hop, flutter, 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 flap up to the next perch, and Nara holding a bearded dragon Asmo, just floating along, watching everybody as they manually, laboriously climb their way up a mountain. Orange Blossom seems to be having the time of his life, just kind of like floating around you, Danir. Air's a bit thick around here, but smells great.
You're so cute. I want to stick you on the pixie stick so you can fly by yourself, but I feel like you'd drop. We're kind of high up at this point. What was that, Goose Gang?
Honk.
That's what I thought. Keep flapping, boyo.
You ever been in the mist before?
No, never traveled that deep. Most tend to avoid it. Most never come out.
I can see why.
Being summoned directly into it. Strange feeling. But
Really now?
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's like every little piece of you starts to tingle. But you like feel it for a long time. And then I'm here. How high up this thing go, boss?
I have no idea.
Adventure away then.
That's one of the reasons why we've got you here.
Orange Blossom. You're pretty quick at flying, right?
I suppose so. Been doing it since I was a wee.
You could probably zip up and see how far it is, right?
I could probably make the attempt, but doing so would lead me astray from you.
Good point. This place is kind of known for its surprises by now. Never mind.
higher up Orange Blossoms goes, the more likely to get caught by a updraft and be thrown into the mists.
Ooh, good
Best,
point.
best that Orange Blossom stays close, so at least they can grab on to me if they need to.
Honk.
You tell him, Goose Gang.
He nods.
For once, I actually agree with you.
Continues fluttering alongside you guys. You yeah. You keep ascending the peak. You keep ascending the base of the mountain, moving ever upward. How long does polymorph last?
An hour.
Hour, I believe. Let me double check, but yeah.
So if
Yeah,
you,
up to an hour.
so anytime you start to see Asmo start to like shift back, that would be your chance to decide to take a break or recast polymorph on him.
I would find a little, well, we could probably take a break somewhere. Because I'm sure Wolfgang is going to get tired of flapping, since that's new.
Yeah, we'd have to take a break so that Nara can recast polymorph, I can recast summon Fae, and then Orange Blossom can recast polymorph to get Goose Gang.
All right.
Which actually, wouldn't Orange Blossom be able to cast polymorph on both Asmo and Wolfgang?
He can keep polymorph cast on one creature, I believe, at a time, right? Is polymorph concentration or not?
It is concentration.
Yeah.
So he'd only be able to hold it on one creature.
Okay, because I only have one more go of it. Although
you've got that circlet,
that's
don't you?
true. Well, yeah, I just mean like my slots for that. But I do have my sorcery points that I can expend as well. Though.
Yeah, unless she has twin spells, she wouldn't be able to hit you both at the same time, though.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, I could keep. I could keep him going.
So you can keep Asmo for at most like 2 hours.
One more hour. I think I used it for. I used polymorph before, so I have like one more. I have one more cast of it.
Okay. In that case, just in terms of keeping track of time, I would like you to make me an intelligence roll, Nara, with advantage, because I'm guessing people around you would be able to help.
Okay. 9.
With advantage, it would be 17.
Oh, 17. Duh. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. You're able to keep track of time, and you know that. So, like, when you start to approach the threshold of when Asmo is going to be turning back, you need to start finding a ledge. So go ahead and make me a perception check, also with advantage, because you have forewarning and are able to keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. Okay. 20. Thank God.
Modified 20. You're able to find a nice ledge where everybody can take a decent break on. Also, just throughout this, Denier, go ahead and give me an Denier and Wolfgang. Go ahead and give me athletics checks. Wolfgang.
As a goose?
Stats of a goose would
As
probably
a
be
goose.
plus, or it would probably be -1 as a goose. So
Great.
-1.
Little fella.
So an athletics check with
-1.
a -1.
Just do strength check -1. Basically.
Do you need this for Asmo as well?
A strength check
What the fuck
-1.
would it be? No, because you're just holding onto a broom and being held onto by Nara. What the hell would it be? It would be a athletics check with a -1. So
Okay.
just
D20 -1.
Yeah, D20 -1. Yeah, there. My brain is everywhere.
So being a goose is significantly worse than being Wolfgang. I see. That's a 6.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That ledge seems very, very appealing to all of you at this point. Just, after the battle you had been through, and it had been a while since you've rested anyway. So you guys make your way up there. Wolfgang, as you finally make your fluttering, you plop down on there like goose face on the rocks. You kind of like sploot out as a goose, and as you do, your body just forms back out.
Aww.
And shortly after you land with your pixie stick, Asmo, you set Asmo down on the ground and poof, just sitting on the ground, Asmo.
As the lizard or as me?
As you.
As you.
As the polymorph wears off.
Ugh, I was oddly therapeutic. I needed to go take it
Yes,
easy
you
more
were
often.
fun size.
I bet I was.
Mm-hmm.
I bet I was.
You were.
And Danir, as you do have a climb speed, but without wings, you're kind of dragging behind as
Yeah.
you finally make your way up. You pull yourself on there. Your arms and legs are burning. Like, you haven't worked out like that. That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah, ever. Just ever.
What a trip. Oof. I'm so tired.
And look at this view, says Orange Blossom as he points out to the white abyss sitting in front of you. Marvelous.
It's like a giant blanket of cotton.
Oofy.
It'd be more awe-inspiring if it weren't so familiar.
How long you been traveling through this stuff?
Fuck, I don't know.
Too long. Time is an illusion.
To us, it would be 4 or 5 days.
More like
But-
6 at this point.
We did nap through the downfall of a civilization, so probably longer than that. I don't know, though.
Orange Blossom is just like Orange Blossom is just kind of staring at you wide-eyed with that one. How long have I been away?
That's kind of the whole point of this place. You don't know when you are.
That makes me wonder.
What the adventure?
Let me put it to you like this: we met an archfey in, lower teens maybe, and then about 2 days later we met her again, and she was a toddler.
Yeah, my brain doesn't quite want to wrap itself around that, so I'll just sit here and think of which animals I should turn any of you into if I want to. He just
That's
Not
what I
it.
do.
He just kind of starts giggling to himself.
If we have to get polymorph again, probably not a goose, maybe a monkey would probably suit me better. The goose
like-
was...
Kind of like tilts his head.
What?
Just imagining.
That'd be interesting. Like a monkey that can fly.
Don't think those exist in there.
Yet.
The wind sweeps by you. It's significantly less humid up here than it was further down, and it's actually starting to get like a little chilly. Like, I'd say it's probably Fahrenheit wise, you're looking at like maybe 60 degrees. It's more refreshing than chilly.
Are you all going to need to, like, sleep or something?
Yeah.
How big is this ledge that we're on, Lani?
The ledge that Nara found you is actually decently sized. It looks like you can fit a decent camp here. You'd probably be able to construct your tower into the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah, she kept her eyes out and found a good one. You did have to wrap your way around a little bit going up the summit, but a good ledge, a decent ledge, a sledge of a ledge.
Yes.
Doing all this climbing is for the birds. I need to figure out a way to fly.
Tell that to Wolfgang. Or should I say Goose Gang?
You know, it's not the first time that they got changed into an animal to help the rest of the party.
That's true.
Saved Asmo's life.
What?
Peed in his mouth.
What?
Orange Blossom stops pondering, looks over. Oh, I need to hang out with you a lot more.
What? Wait, what did you do?
Peed in his mouth.
You. One more time.
Peed in his
Slowly.
mouth.
Speed his mouth.
I peed in his mouth.
Yeah.
Why?
Saved my life.
Is that a thing?
Just slowly from the ground raises up a thumb.
Orange Blossom has just a cup of tea in his hands, just like watching you guys sipping it.
Well, I will do my best to remember this. I guess.
Next time you're snuggling up to each other, just remember.
Oh no, I mean for next time Asmo is in danger of death.
Yeah.
Right, pee in his mouth.
No.
Right?
No.
That's what you're saying.
No.
I should probably go. And with that,
The only way of
and
describing...
with that, conjure face spirit. Punk.
Remember
Your
when
way-
Sideshow Bob screamed out, "No!" Yeah, that's...
No!
No.
Well, 5 to 1.
Your
Near-
customs are strange.
Daenerys
But I
will
do
wave
want to
to
keep this in.
Orange Blossom, and he will cast his tower with a 4th level spell slot.
All right. What is the layout of said tower?
First level is going to be the lounge. First level is going to be the lounge. Second level is going to be the kitchen. Third level is going to be the study.
For the sake of ease, I'll say that you can combine the kitchen and the lounge into like one floor. You've learned this thing enough that you can combine those two things.
Okay.
So I'll give you an extra floor.
Okay. Then the bathroom.
In my head, the lounge and kitchen have always just kind of been interconnected anyway.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to be planning on something later on that will actually tie into this.
All right. All right, so we have kitchen, lounge, first floor. What was the second floor?
Second floor is the bathroom, the onsen, and the bathing area.
All right.
And the third room is the study.
Study. And then the top would be the observatory at that point.
The observatory, I have to specifically use a floor for the observatory, so the top floor is just a roof.
Okay. All right, so it's a 3-story tower this time.
Yep.
Okay. With that, Daenerys pops the tower out of the side of the mountain, just shutters out, and you have Castle Daenerys before you.
One moment, my food was delivered.
Go for it. Asmo goes straight to the kitchen and munches things. Being a bearded dragon made him hungry.
That makes sense.
Be sure to ration that. We've only got 1 day of really good food left. Then it's trail rations.
How many of those do we each have? I think I'm good. I think we'll be alright for the rest of the trip. Got 12 days worth myself. Didn't we
I have
already do
11
this?
days worth of rations, and according to my character sheet, I have 2 days worth of modest meals left.
Ooh.
We can always just kill something and eat it.
Well, I assume that. Actually, now that I think about it, Lani, how did Miguel leave any of the T-Rex meat, or did he take it all?
I'm pretty sure he left it in your tower because you never visited his camp.
Right. So how much meat? How much meat of that do we have? It's like 10. You said 10 pounds last time, I believe. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we've probably been eating on that.
Yeah, it's probably not going to stay fresh for much longer as you've been traveling for several days. In fact, go ahead and give me a whoever you trust most to cook. Give me a survival check with advantage to preserve to see how much of the T-Rex meat you have preserved.
Is it gonna be me?
Do you believe that you are the best at cooking?
No. Is it gonna be me?
Go ahead. Why not?
Okay, survival with advantage, Nara.
13!
With a 13 of the 10 pounds of T-Rex meat, I would say you probably have 2 days each worth of T-Rex jerky rations.
Okay.
Nice.
So you can go ahead and add that to your ration list.
All right.
All right. Anybody plan on doing anything specific throughout the night?
I do, but I always do.
Okay.
Daenerys going to take a short rest. He's going to use his arcane recovery to get it back a 5th level spell slot. And he's going to go through during the evening while he's recovering. He's just going to look through those books, the books that I talked to you about. And when he goes into the dream world tonight, he is going to basically access the blueprints to the tower itself. And he's going to spend his night reworking the layout of the tower.
Okay.
Namely, one thing that I want to try to do is for the bedroom level, I want to take it instead of just one bed, I want to try to make it a room with 4 beds to give everybody a bedroom.
Okay, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okie doke. Ooh, that's an 11.
You know, in order to remap the tower, it's going to take some doing. You learned this specific spell in such a static way that kind of playing fast and loose with it is sometimes more trouble than it's worth. You end up with, you know, you're worried that if you tried this on your next attempt, you would maybe end up with a tower that would be fit for gnomes or halflings, and everybody would just be like super uncomfortable. Or maybe you'd accidentally build a dollhouse. You know, you're worried about enacting this, but you think you have something going. It's just going to take a little bit longer to figure out.
No worries. I've got plenty of time to be able to tinker and modify with this, and that is Daenerys' night.
All right. Anybody else doing anything specific during the evening?
Asmo's just gonna rest like a big old baby because needs his rest.
Asmo sleeps deeply.
Nara would do as much sleep as needs to do, and then wake up and read through some of Daenerys' journal and try and get through some of that Reliquaries book again.
Okay. Wolfgang, anything you're...
I think I am good for this evening.
All right. As you lay down and begin your rest, Wolfgang, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw, huh?
Mm-hmm.
17.
As you dream through the night, you try to take yourself back to the mind palace that Daenerys had built for you. Something that you're not quite accustomed to yet. Like, you're not channeled to pulling yourself into a specific part of the dream realm. You do your damnedest, though, just because it's such a wonderful dream. And you feel like you have it. You see yourself, like you have it visualized crystal clear in your mind, the painting before you. But it begins to distort and shift. Little Elliot and Akazi begin to like the painting starts to kind of like fracture and shift apart as the painting kind of rolls and turns into the forms of the two people in life you love dearest. They pull back away from you. You try to run forward, but you find yourself at the edge of a cliff. They're dangling in the air, suspended above this infinite darkness, held aloft by these translucent, massive purple hands as wind sweeps around you. A voice echoes through your mind, one of an amorphous language that you can't quite understand, but your brain comprehends to say, choose.
So he's holding one of my family members in each hand.
There are two large hands holding aloft. One is holding little baby Elliot, who's staring around, looking scared, and one is holding a Casey by the back of her clothing, also looking around very confused and scared.
His eyes wide, his heart pumping. He grits his teeth. Can I try to get a better look at this thing before I make my decision?
You can make a perception check, sure.
21.
As you try to get a glance at what might be holding them, you see that this is some sort of otherworldly force. You are able to discern that you are dreaming right now. And whatever is holding them is purposely not choosing a full physical form. All you can see are the hands, these large, very muscular hands, very, like, they're thick-knuckled, almost dwarven if it weren't for the fact that the fingers themselves seem to be quite long.
He'll close his eyes, grit his teeth. Casey's skull flashing through his mind as he walks over towards Elliot.
Where you believed there would be no... as you start to walk towards Elliot, you find your foot dangling off the edge of a cliff. And you begin to plummet.
I sprout my wings and fly.
You attempt to do so. The wings that you unfurl from your back scatter into feathers as they fall above you.
No!
You have chosen. You awaken the next morning, uneasy, but rested. You kind of start from it, like, jerked awake, like you just fell in a nightmare. Everybody else begins to wake up too, as Wolfgang, I'm guessing, is just panting.
He's having the quick flashes nightmare.
Yeah, he had a not so fun dream that night.
Let me curious, Lani. Given my affinity for dreams and my proximity to Wolfgang, while I was working on the tower, did I detect anything, or did anything blip on my radar?
Just due to your affinity with it, I'll say go ahead and give me an Arcana with disadvantage, just because it's not something you're actively monitoring. I think, from night to night.
22.
That said, something like, you're not sure what, but while you were tinkering, something distracted you. In fact, it might be what kind of threw off your groove with trying to mess with the spell. Something kind of gets the back of your, like some tingling in the back of your neck, as if there's some other presence around. You look around you, but it was fleeting at best.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that concerned you immediately during your night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your wonders downstairs.
Since Nara did her sleeping in the first part of the night, she'd probably already be up and reading, still trying to get through that Spectral Reliquaries book.
All right, go ahead and give me. You're really close to finishing this. Go ahead and give me another intelligence check.
Please. 15!
With that, you hate this book with a goddamn passion, but you stuck through it and you figured out how this guy writes, and like, even though it's sometimes in circles, you've picked up enough information that when it comes to the machinations of mortal souls, anytime you are looking for answers when it comes to soul transference, soul removal, you will have advantage on checks that involve information with that type of subject matter.
Hell yeah.
This includes undead, like spirited undead, like ghosts or specters, things like that. You have been reading that for
soul transference, spirited undead, specters, ghosts, and what was the other one?
Specters, ghosts, soul transference. Any magic that directly manipulates the soul, you now have a greater insight of.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You've been reading that book for the better part of a month now.
Ugh, finally.
You finish it, and you have to stop yourself from just hucking it into the fireplace.
Like, sets it down on the table and just, like, smacks it. Like, there!
Take
Stupid
that.
book.
Stupid dumb book.
Everybody begins to gather for breakfast at some point.
Morning.
You're not sure how high up the mountain you are just yet, but you're sure there's at least another day or so of climbing ahead of you.
Morning.
You look particularly pleased.
Didn't sleep well last night. Had a nightmare.
You have nightmares?
Mm-hmm.
About what?
My family. Things I've had to do. Things I've fought. Things I'll have to fight.
So that's what that was.
Sort of raises an eyebrow.
I was tinkering around the realm of dreams last night. Something caught the back of my head, but it was for the briefest moment. I didn't know what it was, and it was gone before I could realize it. I might have to keep an eye on you. All of you.
Someone's trying to mess with me.
Well, it's not my fault. I was reading.
In the dream, they made me choose between my wife and my child.
Well, that's easy, isn't it? One's already gone?
Right. I chose Elliot. Casey's dead.
You're not the only one, Wolfgang. Someone tried to invade one of my dreams a few days ago. Sending me a message. Ramses Palto. Might be trying to mess with you too.
You think it's him?
Might be. Basically told me that he's in the middle of a revolution at the moment. He gave me one last chance to basically stand aside, or the next time we meet, one of us is going to die.
Oh.
Might be trying to mess with you like I tried to mess with Kinch before we fought.
I saw purple hands. Thick knuckles and long fingers. I'm not sure if that's what you saw either.
No, he approached me directly. He tried to get in, but I forced him out. Next thing I know, he's knocking on my door. Lenny, have I ever seen anything like the description of these hands? Or is this a complete mystery?
Those specific hands, I mean, the only magical purple, like, floating hand you can think of would be Bigsby's hand. Mm-hmm. But this all took place in a dream, so it'd be weird just to use a spell like that in a dream is the only thing that comes through your head.
Yeah. And probably the thing about whenever you enter somebody's dream is you can typically choose the form that you take. So it might be that this was the form that they chose to take. I don't think that they'd be using a spell like a mage hand or the greater version of a mage's hand or anything like that.
Right. Coward elected not to show himself.
Well, take on it, guys. I mean, it's a technique that I use just the same.
What if they just have big purple hands?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm going to give them big purple broken fingers if I see them.
That sounds like fun.
But nonetheless, how is it you're feeling, Wolfgang? Did it stop you from being able to get any sleep, or?
I don't have any levels of exhaustion, do I?
No, it didn't seem to impede your rest at all. It just left you uncomfortable.
Well, I'm not tired. I had a full night's rest. But it wasn't easy.
Might just be an actual normal nightmare.
No, I had to make a wisdom saving throw for it. Just kidding. Maybe.
You did roll high enough on your wisdom save that it does to you feel like there was a presence manipulating that.
Which you said you felt something. That makes me think that there's something else going on. And that we need to hurry.
I don't think it's going to affect Nara very much, but I'll keep an eye on you and Asmo from here on out.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that too.
Of course. But I am not looking forward to this climb
Why not?
because I'm actually climbing.
Oh, that does suck.
Unless you want to lend me the pixie stick for the next few hours.
Not at all. Have fun climbing.
You can't blame me for trying.
No.
So how do you guys want to tackle this leg of the journey?
How much further up does it seem like it is from
You
here?
have no idea.
Cool. Cool.
Is it possible if we polymorphed both Asmo and Wolfgang for both of them to fit onto the pixie stick in like a bag or something?
I mean,
Listen,
if you make
I'm
if
all
you make,
for that.
If you make them small enough creatures, sure.
Inversely, if we polymorphed into something bigger that can fly, perhaps we could carry more.
I like that idea. Pulling a page straight out of T-Wig's playbook, huh?
They were inspiring.
Asmo,
What?
I can make you a dragon.
I don't think that's how it works.
Why?
Well, polymorph has a limited set of species you can select from.
Dragons are a little too magically complicated.
In game terms, you can only polymorph someone into a beast type.
Then I could make you into a wyvern, like the wyvern I didn't get to have.
You think you might be able to turn him into something adjacent to a wyvern?
Yep.
She's gonna like stand back, shake her. Oh wait. Could Orange Blossom do it? Since it's only one.
He's not here right now.
Oh, well that's true then. Well, then she will.
Somebody would have to conjure him first.
Oh,
true.
by the way, everybody gets 9 temporary hit points.
Wahoo!
Wait, no, it's 11 temporary hit points. I get 15.
Woo!
Woohoo! Then, Nara will go outside, wait for everyone to get out there and get all packed up.
Daenerys leaves, and after everybody's out, after he gets, he leaves the tower munching on some T-Rex jerky. He will begin packing up the tower.
Okay. What if we put in a little bit of wyvern and a little bit of maybe
Snip, snails, and puppy dog tails.
Because could I make something new?
For the sake of how this spell is supposed to work, especially in combat
No.
situations, I don't think I can allow that. Just
Dang,
because I would
okay.
need to like stat up a new creature.
It's
Okay,
typically a beast.
then wyvern it is.
Wyvern is a
Wyvern
dragon
adjacent?
type.
Ah, shoes puff.
I'll say this: you're going to attempt to turn him into a wyvern. Go ahead and make me an arcane check.
okie doke. Let's see how it goes. It's a 16.
You start thinking about how it works, and you just start blasting him with this transmogrifying energy as his body begins to contort, his arms flare out, they start to become wing-like, his bones begin to stretch. Asma, this all feels very weird, but you've done this enough that you're just not sure what you're turning into yet. You essentially turn him into a pterodactyl.
Ooh. Look at you.
Smack my head on shit.
Yeah, your head's a lot wider and longer than you're used to. Just as you're trying to shuffle your way out of the tower as Danier's starting to pack it up. Just smack, trying to turn your head left. Smack, trying to duck your head down. You slowly pterodactyl waddle out.
Yeah. All right. One second. I gotta put my food away.
Go for it. Asmo the pterodactyl is getting used to his new form.
That's what I was just about to say. Flying around, figuring out how wings work and stuff.
What's everybody else's plan?
Can they not fit on?
Big is he?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Pretty sure pterodactyls are large creatures.
Yes.
I will let you know in a second when I pull up their stats. Claims to be a small beast, but I don't believe that.
No.
A pterodon is a medium beast.
Then that's what I did.
I guess he's a pterodon, but for the sake, I'm going to call him a pterodactyl.
Okay.
I want to believe he tries to move his wings and just go. Ah! Oh.
Yeah, as you stretch out your wings, the gusts of wind start to kind of like buffet you back. You have to kind of retract your wings a little bit. You're figuring it out.
Okay.
You only have 5 minutes to figure that out before the next phase of my plan begins.
That's a little bit terrifying.
Don't worry about it. Now, all we need to do is ride him up, right?
As a medium beast, he would probably not be able to carry anybody.
Anyone?
He's a medium beast. He'd be able to carry a small creature.
Well, whatever I chose, it would be large enough to carry people, though. Because I had gone for a wyvern, so whatever I was going for was supposed to be large enough to carry at least 1 to 2 people. I was aiming for 3.
At most, whatever you're going to turn him into would only be able to carry 1, unfortunately.
Okay.
Like you might be able to turn him into a large eagle.
Then eagle it is, but it maybe looks a little.
For the sake of this, I'll just say it's a large pterodactyl. Like I don't care what this thing says. I'm gonna say it's large. He's a Quetzalcoatlus. There we go.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
So only one of us then. But if we... Near. You could summon Orange Blossom, right?
Yep.
And we can poof Wolfgang into something small?
Potentially. Or turn me into something small.
But
Or
it's
at least-
funnier with him.
Or at least something that can climb.
Well, you see, that would ruin the other part of my plan in which I cast haste on Asmo. Because then we could fly really fast to the top.
There's one caveat on that. I have to ask a question about.
Uh-huh.
Don't, like, the last time that you've done that to Asmo back at Kinch's place, didn't he like get really tired afterwards? That might be a bad idea if we're in the middle of the air.
So long as we time out the end of the hour, should be fine.
As long as we don't get into any fights.
Haste doesn't last for an hour, though, does it?
It doesn't last very long at all.
I mean, haste would be a really good emergency situation thing. If, like, we're being chased by something.
Fine.
Denier is going to summon Orange Blossom again.
He pops into existence. I just left. Oh
Yeah, it's been
hello again.
It's been about 10 hours.
I barely got a blink in.
Yep. That's what happens. The time out there is a lot slower than time in here.
I'm just gonna say you missed me.
I did.
Oh. Well, I didn't have time to miss you, but eventually.
We're
What am I
getting
turning
ready
him
to-
into today? He starts rubbing his fingers together and like starts doing like those twiddly little magic fingers.
Mountain goat.
I can see it. It's all in the beard. He begins to haul back and like gets ready to throw his. I think mountain goats do have a climb speed. He once again hucks a chunk of pixie dust at your face, Wolfgang, before you have a chance to say anything. You can make a wisdom save, or is it wisdom save versus polymorph or shit?
I think it's wisdom. Let me double check though. Wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Okay, you can make a wisdom saving throw if you do not wish to be turned into a goat.
Hmm. You know what?
Or would he-
Fine. I'll let her have it.
As Nara says Billy Goat, he says, I can see it! And before you can react, you just look over, poof, big
What?
dust of powder in your face. Your beard grows out a little bit. You still have a hat on the top of your head. This time you have two little
Yes! Excellent.
ram horns kind of peeking through the side of it. But you are now Goat Gang.
And yes, this is the best day again.
Oh, I outdo myself every time.
Every
I
time.
headbutt Nara off the mountain.
Shut up.
That would
She
be...
stacks him and jumps on Asmo.
I mean, if you actually do want to try to nudge her, that would
No.
be... Okay.
Wolfgang just thinks in his goat brain, it'd be so easy.
And then Denier would have to leap off after her to try to save her.
Well,
And
she-
then halfway
she-
down,
she-
he would
she-
realize she has the pixie stick.
Yeah.
I'll eat
Yep.
your choose.
No, you will not.
She climbs up on top of Asmo and like takes a like riding position.
Bleh.
You kind of have to drape yourself across his back and, like, wrap your arms around his neck.
He's in the best mood ever. There's Goat Gang and giant flying Asmo.
Denier is taking this minute with some rope to start to tie himself a harness.
Oh, I guess I could let you use the stick for one day.
That works.
She like
Yeah.
kind of reluctantly gives it to Denier.
Denier will hand over the harness that he was starting to create.
All right. You...
What do I do with this?
You tie it to yourself, and then you tie yourself to Asmo, so if he lets you go, you don't fall to your death.
Oh, okay.
She'll fasten herself to Asmo.
Now, here's the thing, Nara. You're going to
Mhm.
want to harness that power and ride that dinosaur.
Gladly. Isn't that right?
She gets all comfy on top of him.
Doing my brief research, I can't see if the Broom of Flying requires attunement, so I'm just going to say it doesn't.
Well, even if it
No.
does, I can unattune the I believe the water skin of refilling is attunement, so I can attune the Broom of Flying and then give it back and reattune later on tonight.
I'm just going to say for the sake of expediency, it doesn't.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, so the lot of you are going to be flying then, except for Goat Gang, who's going to be
Bleh.
goat stepping his way up the mountain. All right, you guys
Yeah.
begin flying up the second leg of your mountain ascension journey. The winds are starting to pick up as you're getting higher and higher. How many times will you be able to cast polymorph throughout the day?
2 more. So I'd have a total of 3 hours.
Okay. You make it through the first hour. The winds are a little blustery. Asmodactyl, could you make me a... roll me a d20 plus 3.
A D20 plus 3. Okay.
Yes.
All right, roll 1d20 plus 3 and roll 12.
Nara, I need you to make me an acrobatics check, as the winds are really difficult for this new flyer to navigate. And you're getting kind of shaken left and right. Did you take the harness?
Yes, I did. It is on me.
Then
So
go ahead and make that with advantage.
okay, great.
Also, am I a goat or a giant goat?
You're a mountain goat.
I'll go ahead and say
20.
What's important? You have a beard,
21?
no matter what.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're able to keep hold of the Asmodactyl as you fly. It's a bumpy ride though. Like you're being shaky. Like there's a lot of turbulence. I'm guessing Orange Blossom would have the ability to turn you into either, so he'd probably choose the one that would be better for climbing. In this case, would that be the giant goat?
Yes.
They're both about the same when it comes to climbing, in that neither of them have climb speeds.
If that were the case, then he'd choose the one that would be funnier, which would be the regular goat.
Huh?
Luckily, you're less buffeted by the wind than everybody else is, as you're closer to the rocks as you're climbing. I do need you to make a goat's athletics check, though, as you continue to climb.
A goat athletics check?
Yes,
Goat
sir.
athletics.
That's an 11.
The rocks are a bit slippery. It feels weird, like you're climbing with hooves. It doesn't feel like it should feel this natural, but you're making do. It does slow everybody else down, though. So at the end of the first hour, you end up finding yourself like a small ledge to sit on as the Asmodactyl starts to turn back into Asmo. Nara, if you want to land and let him transform back, give me a perception check. If not, then burn another spell and he'll remain the Asmodactyl.
I'll do it based on like how tired does everyone else look? Like, does Wolfgang look like he needs to stop for a minute, or?
Wolfgang is having trouble keeping up. Like I said, the pace of the goat has slowed down everybody.
Okay, then I'll probably like full on stop so we can like reassess.
All right, then give me a perception check to find a good landing spot for the Asmodactyl, Asmaquaddle, whatever it is.
Okie 25.
You're able to point out a good spot. And you take a break an hour into your venture upward as the wind continues to buffet, and Wolfgang turns back into Wolfgang. And Asmo does turn back into Asmo, but Nara, you are tied to his back.
What? Okay. Maybe you should unstrap that next time.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be that immediate. All right? I'm going to...
In fact, it actually
just move the rope.
It actually pulled you a little bit tighter into him because his torso is a bit bigger than the pterodactyls.
It's a little bit tight, if I'm going to be honest. Can you, like, the knots in the front help?
You undo the straps and separate. Makes it a bit easier to breathe.
These are memories that are going to last a lifetime.
So the goat seemed to slow things down. I like the idea. I like the energy.
Wait. Wolfgang, don't you have wings?
I only have wings for a minute, and the wings are the less useful part of doing that.
Mm,
Also very tiring.
lame. We're gonna talk to Arcanos about this when we find him.
Arcanos isn't the one who gave me my powers, though.
Well, we can still talk to him about it. Who gave them to you again?
Arcanos' father.
Well, we're gonna have words with Arcanos' father about how long you can fly, because 1 minute is not very long. And flying is cool as fuck.
You know the big man's da.
No, I work for him.
Hoity toy.
Hoity toy.
Yeah? Alright, so what's your guys' plan moving forward for, after taking a short break?
I do love the idea of
Pixies take
having two separate ways of going up in case one fails. Sorry, didn't mean to yawn through that.
Asmo's tired.
Oh, fuck, I'm tired. But yeah. So do we want to
Couldn't
continue
pixies make us fly?
Oh, the higher court maybe, but I'm just a lackey.
The higher you are in the Fey hierarchy, the stronger you are.
Oh, can't you just suck Plum Boy in here?
Nope. The way that my magic
Lame.
works is basically when I made this deal, I kind of bound myself to a particular Fey.
Hello.
Like Orange Blossom here is the one that that I made the pact with, and I'm happy that he's here.
It is pretty great that you turned Wolfgang into a goat and a goose.
I am quite proud of myself, yeah.
And it slowed us down, though.
But it was funny, so I
Very
think
funny.
it was worth it.
If you want to try to climb, I can keep an eye on you, and worst case scenario, I can try to catch you.
I think that'd be great, honestly.
You're gonna use your arms to climb?
I mean, I did that
Why not?
yesterday.
Cheer up!
She gestures at Denier.
So am I turning anybody into something, or?
I always turn someone into something, dude.
You could turn Asmo into a little snake, so I can
Stop
fly up with
volunteering
him.
me for
As you say that, done. And just to the ground, a little sugarcane snake, like the exact type of snake that Asmo's based off of, just starts to like.
Can he have angry eyebrows?
Yes.
Good.
Very.
It just looks
angry
exactly
eyebrows.
like him, but on a noodle body.
Yeah, it's just Asmo with a noodle body, and about like
Oh,
1.5 feet long.
look at you!
And she'll, like, pick him up.
I love my job.
Where do you want to sit? Do you want to sit on my arm or on my neck? Or I could put you near the egg? What do you want?
She just looks at angry eyebrowed snake noodle.
I'm trying to get away. Just...
She like is holding him like a
Yeah,
child
he's-
would hold a hamster.
Yeah, he slithers between your fingers, starts to like circle up your arm, just trying to get away.
You're either finding a place to ride or you can wrap around the stick and hope you don't fall.
I'll do that.
Around the stick out of spite.
Snake pass Asmo.
Yes.
Fine.
She sits on the pixie stick with little angry eyebrowed Asmo like curled up the top of it like a little mast on a ship.
All right, so Wolfgang, you're going to be using your human strength to climb. And
Yes.
Nara basically hijacks the pixie stick back from you. So what's your plan?
I know, right?
Yep.
Will you at least make me a giant bird or something? Or like a small cat?
Do you want to be a bird? Are you curious?
I'd rather not have to climb. I'm still incredibly sore from yesterday.
Okay. What kind of bird do you want to be?
A giant eagle.
No,
I want to
okay.
be majestic.
Majestic and okay.
And she casts polymorph on Denier and makes him into a giant, majestic eagle.
With very fluffy cheek feathers. Like, just very
fluffy.
pronounced.
Super fluffy.
Does the pixie dust still follow me in this form?
Oh, it's me, because Asmo got pixie dusted.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
I'm
pixie
actually-
dusted a while back, remember? And it's been in my fur ever since.
Oh, that's right. The
You
glitter.
do, yeah, as you polymorph, you do leave behind like sprinkling out of you as you fly, as you like flutter your feathers, like sand and glitter and pixie dust starts trickling out of you.
You're a sparkle eagle.
Flap, flap.
All right, you guys begin to make your ascent further up the mountain. You'll be able to travel for at this rate, 2 more hours, I think, with how many polymorphs you have.
Yes.
Okay. So for that, Denier, go ahead and give me an athletics check as the eagle.
Okie doke.
Wolfgang, go ahead and give me an athletics check as Wolfgang.
I will do this. 14.
You're not used to your human limbs anymore. It feels weird. But you're able to keep up.
I'm trying to find if it has an athletics. I'm just going to roll strength for it.
Yes, strength for the giant eagle will be fine. And it's mostly you battling the very strong winds.
That's an 11.
And Nara, go ahead and give me a acrobatics check as you're trying to navigate these buffeting winds as well on the pixie stick.
Oh my god. 19. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
You're able to find slipstreams where you're able to navigate fairly well.
This is why I practiced.
Yeah, Denier's having trouble. This being the first time he's really been a large bird. Wolfgang is getting used to his human limbs after spending the last couple of days as an animal. But you guys, over the next couple of hours, managed to climb a decent ways up, finding yourselves yet another decent ledge to make base on as you run out of polymorphs to spend, and eventually, and with this, I'm not really sure how long this spell's supposed to last anyway, but Orange Blossom would inevitably disappear as Asmo once again forms back into Asmo's self.
Yep.
So you've spent about like a quarter of the day traveling up this far. You could still probably make it further if you decide to climb it yourselves or find other means of traversal.
So, wait, did we do both hours?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
How far visually can we see?
Go ahead and give me a perception check, anybody who wants to.
Yep.
Let's go. 8.
Let's go. 19.
All right.
Let's go. 14.
Let's go. Soft 20.
Woo!
So Wolfgang, as you pull yourself up onto the ledge, your muscles burning, you got sweat in your eyes, just kind of looking around it. It's all just, the same kind of like white void as far as you're aware, as far as the eye can see. Denier, something about the usual mist seems a little different to you. You're not quite sure what. Nara and Asmo, as you look out towards the world beyond, the mist has a bit of a different colored hue to it than usual. Almost as if it's thinner than it was previously. Like you're getting some atmospheric light for the first time in a very long time.
Well, that's fun.
That's weird. Everything about this land is weird. It's no different.
Yeah, but at least it seems like we're making some progress finally. Or I hope, anyway.
I kind of have an idea. Can anybody see any kind of good ledges or anything within about 500 feet of here? Like 500 feet up?
She'll look around and see.
I'll let that perception check roll. I'd say that there's another good ledge probably about 230 feet upward, which is also kind of neat because you can actually see a lot further up the mountain than you used to be able to.
Ooh, that's nice. There's one over there, it looks like.
We'll point it out to Denier.
I see it. Hey, Nara, you want to go on a trip?
Yes.
I grab Nara and I dimension door up to that ledge.
You could have done that the whole time?
It has a range. I can only go about 500 feet. This was the emergency in case one of us fell.
Oh, wait. Why'd you use it now? Are we leaving them? We can't leave them?
We're not leaving them. Wolfgang can do the same thing.
Oh, good. 'Cause I'm not leaving out.
Where the hell did they go?
Asma, you can see where they went since Nara pointed up at that ledge. You can see them just kind of swoop into existence up there.
All right, better join them, I guess. I grab Asma by the wrist.
Ah, God.
Yep, I know. Here we go. And I'll grab the cape of the mountebank and I'll fold it over both of us and disappear in a puff of smoke.
And with that, poof, behind you guys, like a magician entering the stage, Wolfgang and Asmo pop in behind you.
Ooh, oh, good job.
What up?
Like that one show that didn't get a second season.
Huh. So, are we setting up camp here? What's the plan?
Probably should. I mean, should we?
I've still got a couple more in me. I don't know if Wolfgang has any left for him.
Well, I'm all out of poofing people into birds and stuff for today, so...
Fair enough.
We can hunker down if we need to. Here's the thing. With Orange Blossom, with the time difference, we might not have Orange Blossom tomorrow.
Don't think we'll need
Okay.
Orange Blossom tomorrow.
That'll work.
Nara's gonna look up the top of the mountain and see if there's any indication of if they're close to where they're wanting to go.
The mist is starting to get thinner as you travel upward. It's also starting to get colder. Where it was kind of 60 degrees where you rested yesterday, today it's closer to the low 50s. So definitely a bit chillier.
Actually, Nara, do you see any other ledges? I think I might be able to get us up one more ledge if it's in range to get us a little higher.
Well, I can't.
Yeah, but I've got plans for you.
Oh, I like this.
Raises an eyebrow.
I have
She looks
plans
around.
for you.
Quickly looks for a ledge and tries to point one out.
Everybody can go ahead and make another perception check if you're just looking for ledges.
Okay.
One suitable enough for a
15?
rest. Okay. Anybody else?
11.
Okay.
And myself as well. Is it not coming through? Come
Sometimes,
on.
Maybe.
Sometimes roll 20 takes its sweet time.
There we go.
There it is.
Suppose all goes well. Yeah.
That's about roll 20.
It seems that right.
As you're looking around, Asmo, you think you see one that might be able to house you guys in the tower, maybe about it's not as far up, but like about 250 feet away. It kind of wraps around the side, kind of like at a diagonal line from where you're at.
Am I the only one who sees this?
As everybody's peering, you're the first one to spot something that you think might be suitable.
Hey, how about that over there?
Asmo gestures.
Oh, it's okay.
Denier?
Looking
Sure, how?
at it, does it, now that Asmo pointed it out, does it looks like a stable vantage point, right?
Yeah. It looks like it would be strong enough to potentially hold your tower.
All right, here's what I'm thinking. I take Nara up first. Nara gives me the pixie stick. I ride the pixie stick down. I give the pixie stick to Asmo. Asmo rides the pixie stick up, and I take Wolfgang up.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan to me.
You enact this plan. It seems to go fairly well. No hitches or anything. You guys are now a little further up the mountain.
Woohoo!
I can do this probably 3 more times, but that's it. That's everything I can do.
All right. Everybody can give me one more perception check. I'll just let this roll to see how many more you go.
16.
24.
Probably not gonna beat Nara. 16.
I'll say with Nara's roll alone, you're able to successfully do this 3 more times. You're a bit further up. The mist is actually getting pretty thin. But the amount of time it takes you to do this, one, then the other, with small breather in between. Day's starting to wear on a little bit. You might be able to climb a little further if you wanted to without magical means, but from this vantage point, you don't really see another good ledge in eyeshot. Anyway.
I'd be down to rest. I've used up a lot of my heavy magic at this point.
Probably worth doing.
Alright, once again, you set up the tower, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This time I am using a 2nd level, so we're getting the lounge and the kitchen. Denier is sleeping in the lounge with everybody tonight.
Alright, so remember, the lounge and kitchen are, can be combined in one floor, so...
I do apologize.
No worries.
If that's the case, then we've got the lounge and the study. Denier is not sleeping with everybody else tonight.
Everybody goes in, and those of you who have been physically exerted, rest your weary muscles. Anybody want to do anything before they slumber for the night? Aside from, the usuals of just eating and general upkeep.
While they're all kind of milling about before they all go off to bed, Nara's gonna be picking at some fuzz on a couch. And
So, what happens when I'm done with all the bodies?
I don't even know how to react to that.
What do you mean, what happens?
Do I just go back to Mitternacht or Solomon's Hollow? And that's it?
Go wherever you want.
Can I?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, Why don't you give him 100 bodies and he does whatever, God knowing what he wants to do with 100 bodies. After all that's said and done, hell, you're dealing with the stuff with your dad. You know, it's hard
I'm
to even
supposed to
say.
kill him.
Hazard
Like,
just
dead.
You don't even know where you're going to be at soon, so it's hard to plan for the future, but ask yourself this. Whether you succeed or fail, where do you want to go? And does it matter either way?
I mean, the further we go, I kind of want to stay with you all.
Then stay.
I'm surprised you were the first one to say that, Wolfgang.
Same, actually.
Eh.
It's not like I
Stay.
hate
What?
you.
You've certainly made me feel otherwise sometimes.
Yeah, but Wolfgang and Asmo were the exact same way when we first started this entire journey.
True. Well, just from the little bits I've heard in your journal. But will Solomon even let me?
Gives a shit what he has to say.
Fuck him.
It's a little harder to tell someone to fuck off when they've killed you a lot of times.
Yeah.
I can't even hide my own thoughts from him. I tried.
Well, he hasn't killed us a bunch of times. And if you don't want to go back to his side and he tries to make you, then he's gonna have to.
Nara, when he killed you a bunch of times, you were alone. You're not alone anymore. I mean, hell, Wolfgang shot him in the face.
True.
He did ask for that, though.
Figuratively pissed in his mouth.
I'm really not accustomed to this thing you do. Maybe I just need to understand more about what's going on, so I have a reason to tell him that I have to stay, so I can't leave. Because if there's a reason, then it makes sense, right?
If you could talk to Solomon right now, what would you say to him? Without him killing you.
That I just want to stay here. Not here, but with you.
For what it's worth, I'd like you to stick around too. You're a good egg.
Pats the T-Rex egg.
Not that egg.
Oh.
And may the gods help anybody that tries to forcefully separate you from us.
Even if it's the gods.
It might be. Well.
I mean, we've already
guess-
killed one.
We're 1 for 1.
Those odds are better than mine, anyway. Well. Okay.
Wait, what was that?
Better. Well, your odds are better than mine for killing gods. For now.
I know. I don't like the other shit's gonna drop on that one, I think.
Hope not.
Me
But-
too, but...
I mean, what is one of Vander's unknown kids going to come after us? I mean, there's only one, and we're on pretty good terms with him. Denier holds up the horn of war.
There's so much I don't know. I'm going to need
Welcome
to
to
spend a little
existing.
more. Yeah. Well, and with more purpose than just what I was told to do, as well. Well, thank you. I've not really had a family before.
Friends of the family you're given. Family are the friends you're given. Friends are the family you choose.
Mm.
And with that, I guess each of you start individually going to sleep.
I
Into your
am
trances.
going to do something first, though.
Sure. What are you gonna do?
It's a 10-foot radius. I'm not sure how many people can fit inside that. But I am going to make sure that myself is in there.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to begin slowly pouring holy water in a circle around us.
Mm-hmm.
I'll then take my pointer and my index finger and draw lines of light that form sort of a magical spell circle around in the circumference of the holy water that I splashed around, and I'll cast Magic Circle.
All right. Go ahead and click that and let me know what your intent is. Duration.
Create a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered at a point on the ground that I can see within range. Choose one or more of the following types of creatures. I am going to choose Fae and Fiends.
All right.
For the duration of the spell, which is 1 hour, the circle affects a creature of the chosen type in the following ways. The creature can't willingly enter the circle by non-magical means. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to do so, it must succeed a charisma saving throw first. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder, and targets within the cylinder can't be harmed, or can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature.
Okay. Yep. That's all I needed to know.
There you go.
All right. So as you guys, as Nara, you fall into your trance, and you all begin to slumber. I need Asmo and Nara to make me wisdom saves.
Oh my. Okay. 15.
19.
Oh my god.
Wow. All right. Asmo, you seem to sleep peacefully. Nothing awakens you. You dream of the things that Asmo dreams of. Nara, on the other hand, you go into your trance just to start resting up, and you feel the temperature of the air begin to drop all around you. The color from the room begins to be sapped from your vision. Then so too does the light, as you find yourself in a void of pitch darkness, and you can hear your own heartbeat in your ears. And you feel
What?
as if you're surrounded by a foreboding presence. So,
What?
that's where you've been.
What the fuck are you doing here? I mean, Master.
That's what I thought you said. It's been a while. I feel like we need to talk. And here is where
About-
we will take a quick break. Hey guys, thanks for rolling with us today. If you want to catch us live, you can do so over on twitch.tv/Lanipator, Mondays at 4 o'clock Central Time. Now, back to the action. Nara, you find yourself sitting in the blackness, and slowly but surely, the shape of Solomon, his glowing skeleton, begins to appear from within the abyss. Kind of floating like Dracula style toward you. Hands outstretched. Like kind of in that Frieza pose down by his side.
Quick question. Has he done this when he's appeared to me in the past?
No. This seems a bit different to you.
Okay. Okay.
So, planning a little getaway, are we? I'd
Not
hate
a
to have-
getaway.
Good, because I'd hate to have to replace my best killer.
You wouldn't have to replace me. I would still be around.
Mm-hmm. What, just being with them?
Yes.
How long have you been alive, Nara?
Over 100 years, somewhere around there.
Trick question. Time shouldn't matter to you unless you're wasting mine. The point is, unless I want you to, you'll be alive forever. You'll see as each of your friends crumbles and turns to dust. I'm all there is, Nara. I thought I taught you that.
No, you're not.
Go ahead and make me a perception check with that.
16.
His eyes seem to shimmer for a moment. Oh? Then what am I, Nara? What are you?
I am whatever the fuck I want to be.
And what is that? A killer? Or do you want to play hero? Or do you want to play house? And as he says that, the room around you begins to turn into that of a fairly modest cottage. Fairly nice furnishings around you. Trophies up on the wall. A kettle brewing over a hearth.
Her eyes are wide, and she's like not quite looking at him. She's like kind of keeping her eyes down, not really making eye contact with him yet.
Is this the life that suits you? As you look down, you're now wearing like fairly modest village clothes. Higher than average, but you're not wearing your battle armor.
Okay. I could be all of them if I wanted.
But for how long? And with that, you hear the sound of a door creaking open behind you. Walking
She'll turn and
in
look.
is a very old, kind of dull-scaled Asmo. One of his eyes, like his remaining eyes, beginning to turn a little bit milky. Like he's very old, and he's carrying in what appears to be the body of a boar. Just kind of walks silently, gives you a smile and a nod as he walks through. Fragile creatures they are, mortals.
But how long am I going to live?
As long as I deem necessary. But don't fret, Nara. What if I gave you a choice? Kill the man in white. Kill the Sunblood. And I can make sure he lives forever too. He gestures over to the elder Asmo as he coughs, like just kind of huddling in front of the fire. Neither of you ever have to age. And as he kind of waves his hand, Asmo gets younger, stronger, till he's the Asmo that you met. All you have to do is kill Wolfgang Connolly. And as you turn back to Solomon, he's holding a ebon blade by the blade, holding the handle towards you. So make your choice, Nara. What will it be?
She kind of like bites on her lip until it starts bleeding. And thinks back on all of her conversations with Wolfgang and Denier and Asmo. And then thinks back to the times that Solomon has talked to her.
Why do I have to kill him?
Because you're the closest one. And because I fucking said so. Carrot or stick?
And what if I said fuck you?
Then you've made your choice. And Solomon disappears from view as you turn back to the elder Asmo. He begins coughing up blood and crumples over in the corner, leaving you alone. Alone in the cabin.
No. Asmo?
And with that, you jolt awake out of your trance.
Is this awake?
Asmo?
What?
And she will hug very tightly to him.
Everything rolls over. What is it?
Just immediately wraps her arms around him and just like crying into his shirt.
Oh. Okay.
Died in front of me.
Asma doesn't say anything, just kind of gives her a hug back. Doesn't ask any questions.
Oh, great. Spreading.
Just half awake.
Just a
That's
bad
nice.
Daenerys, I sort of shake him awake.
I'd say dreams can't hurt you, but
Denier isn't sleeping in the same room as you, so you'd have to go find him.
Ah, shiza. Well, I will go ahead and I'll just Asmo like, you got this.
Asma makes a face of, I don't fucking know.
He just got woken up in the middle of a long rest.
Asmo, Wolfgang conveys through facial expressions, but yeah, good enough, I guess.
Asmo, what were you dreaming of?
Nothing. Perfect, serene sleep with no dreaming. Ugh. Perfect.
Wow.
A wonderful trip to the meat house, and nothing more.
I will, I'll go upstairs and I'll grab Daenerys.
Denier, I'm guessing you're still in the middle of your mind palace.
Daenerys is dead.
Still on mute.
Oh
there,
my
Sean?
god. He's got a mouthful of food, I bet.
Uh-oh.
I thought I muted. I have been talking for the last couple minutes.
Oh
yeah, you're,
my god.
there. Now we can hear
It's
you.
spreading.
So Daenerys has been in the middle of a dream trance. He's been watching over Wolfgang and Asmo. Given that they've both just woken up, he's probably taken notice.
Yeah, very shortly after you see that they've woken up, you feel your entire dream world begin to shake as your body shakes, and you have to jostle as Wolfgang jostles you awake.
Denier snaps out of his trance and he slowly glances over. Both of you woke up. What's wrong?
Nara. She must have had a dream like mine.
Can't be. As long as I've... For elves to be able to dream, it's extremely rare. That's one of the reasons why I can't communicate with them. I can't tap into dream spaces from them.
What makes this double worrying, then? Because she experienced something.
Only time I've ever seen a dream affect an elf is back in the Fawn Village, when you all got super high.
Yes, you do.
Denier will slowly start wandering downstairs.
Wolfgang will make his way back as well.
What happened?
Nara?
Hmm?
Denier asked what happened.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's cutting out. Is Discord call cutting out for anybody else?
Yes.
I might have accidentally cut it out by speaking. It usually prioritizes the host.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a voice mod
One more
problem for
time?
me earlier. I figured that out.
Oh. Ask again?
What happened?
All of everything drained out, and Solomon, he appeared and was talking to me, and he told me I had to choose and wanted me to kill you. Kill the Sunblood.
She looks up at Wolfgang.
And he would let Asmo live forever, since I'm gonna have to watch him die.
Smoke tightens the hug.
That guy's a dick. He's a dick.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck him. It's okay. I will be.
Naka, I
Wait.
have a question for you. Did Asmo tell Wolfgang and Denier about his meetings with Solomon back in the Great Sand Sea?
I don't recall, unfortunately.
He probably would have mentioned it, probably not in immense detail.
Don't forget, I saw him kept offering deals, and Asma was kind of going, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And Nara will kind of blink out tears and think for a second.
But it was different than when he normally speaks to me. When he appears normally, he was floating. Normally when he comes to talk to me, that doesn't happen. It's different.
Could be somebody pretending to be him, or it could be that something happened to him and he's acting outside of character. Given their descriptions, Lani, is there any way I can make like an Arcana check to determine if this was like a dream or if this was something like Solomon pulling Nara into his realm, similar to what the Bleeding God did to Danir during the early part of the campaign.
Due to the fact that you've extensively studied how dreams and mind-altering magic work, I'll allow you to make an Arcana check on this.
Okay. Ooh, that's 12.
You're unsure exactly what the spell, like you're fairly certain that this is some sort of magical force, but the amount of them that it could be that like could go into the mind and do this sort of thing seems like there's a vast amount of them that it's hard to narrow down when you aren't the one being targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, did this feel like anything soul-like for me based on all of my reading of the spectral reliquaries and stuff? Because normally there's like some of that going on, right?
I'll say just
Anytime.
with the fact that you are so well attuned to your own soul, and now that you know even more about this sort of stuff, it does not seem to be soul related.
Okay. But did it like
Further, though the dream was unpleasant, much like Wolfgang, you still seem to feel fully rested at the end of your trance.
I wonder if this is some entity that's personalizing our experiences.
Maybe. Normally when... Yeah, wait. When Solomon comes to me, normally, he has something specific. He doesn't care to talk to me or ask... He asked me what I thought, and he doesn't ask that, normally. There are not options with Solomon. He would only tell me to do something. He would not give me a choice.
This is the first time he's done just that, huh?
Yes.
Dick.
And Wolfgang, your dream. You had to choose?
I had to choose between my wife and my son.
I had to choose between watching Asmo die or helping him become immortal.
We're being given choices.
Choices where you have to lose something.
Could be portents.
But what's the benefit?
This screams mind-altering magic, but without experiencing it myself, I can't tell you what it is.
Is there any way to guard against it?
I could try the magic circle again. I could expand it to block out more types of influence.
I don't want to go through that again.
Don't blame you.
There are ways to protect yourself from stuff like this. I've been spending the better part of the last 3 years trying to learn of them, to craft them, figure them out.
How?
Protecting the mind. I've been kind of working on something that will assist us, especially if we have to deal with those tentacle beasts again. It's extremely. It would be extremely situational, but if I'm able to get it just right, I should be able to at least give us some protection. It won't be able to last for an entire night, but if it's affecting you as well, all I can say is I'm going to, if it's attacking you via your dreams, I'm going to do what I can to protect you, lot. But I don't know, maybe I should strengthen my private sanctum.
It wouldn't hurt.
But it hit Nara. Asmo, have you had anything?
Dreams wise?
Yeah.
Nothing. Be peaceful, actually. Oddly enough.
Be
Best
cautious,
sleep
you
I've
or
ever
I.
had.
Be cautious, you or I might be next.
With that, it's still the middle of the night, and for the first time, you can actually kind of see the night sky through the windows of the tower. You see darkness for the first time in a long time.
It means we're getting close.
Yep.
I might try and sleep again, though.
It's gonna be okay.
I don't know.
Daenerys settles down into a nearby chair. For some reason, he doesn't like the idea about being too far from the rest of the group.
And as you all settle in once again for the night, the rest of the night seems to go unabated. And you all awaken fully rested the next morning.
Second verse same as the first. Everybody gets 11 temporary hit points.
Wahoo!
11 or 9?
11.
Cool.
It went up.
Nice.
Well,
Consume your morning meals. Take care of your morning bodily functions. And what's the plan for today's leg of the journey?
I'm gonna double check that I capped off everything. Yes.
There goes my T-Rex jerky.
Wait, no, it'd be half my warlock level plus my charisma modifier. So half of 11 rounded up or down.
We round up in this house.
Okay.
mm,
So it'd be 10 then.
Yep.
10 temporary hit points.
Yay!
dang.
The winds once again are kicking around the mountain, stronger than they were even yesterday. Flying will be a bit more difficult, still doable, but difficult. And it's starting to get colder as well.
Maybe we should choose something large and fluffy that can climb. that could carry a person.
Yeah, but what is large, fluffy, and can climb a mountain easily?
I do not know.
A giant goat.
Doesn't have
Even
a
more
climb speed.
giant.
I'm actually thinking about that. What would have a climb speed that
Crab.
would be large enough to carry
Monkey.
some of us?
Crab or
Giant
giant monkey?
Hang on.
A drider?
A giant ape does have a climb speed.
Giant ape. Ooh. Oh, yay.
What do you? Could do a giant ape. Near has a climb speed, so he can probably go himself.
I'm not seeing giant ape, then I guess.
All right. So, you have 4 uses of polymorph for the day, right, Nara?
3.
3?
3.
Okay. Do you decide to summon Orange Blossom to try to tack on a few more?
That's the thing. Given the differentiation between time, would Orange Blossom have any mojo left?
You're not sure.
I can give a summon and see if he has anything left.
He pops in. Oh, it has been a bit longer this time, though.
Yep, we decided to take a little bit of a longer rest. Wait.
5 days, huh?
What?
Oh boy.
What?
Wait, it's been 5 days?
Yeah, I thought you forgot about old Orange Blossom here.
No,
I was wondering why it was dark outside. When we went into the fog initially, it was light.
Yeah, air's starting to get a little clearer out here. Thinner too, but I'll survive.
That's concerning. Helpful though. It means that Orange Blossom would be able to help us out.
Oh, am I turning somebody into some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You see him just like holding that bag of pixie dust in his hand.
Don't worry. You're my responsibility.
And she taps Asmo.
Big monkey.
Big monkey.
And your jazz hands over to Wolfgang. Big monkey.
Big monkey.
I can see how that would work. And he, boom, pelts you in the face with the pixie dust. You turn into a... you turn into a large albino ape.
With a hat?
The hat, boonk, pops into existence on the top of his head. But where the pattern of his Van Dyke beard once sat are hairless patches on his face. The only hairless patches on his face are where the beard would be.
Oh my god.
He sort of strokes his chin.
And Asmo or Nara walks up to Asmo and like holds his face and looks at him very seriously in his eye.
What do you want to be?
An idiot sandwich.
I don't know what that looks like.
Whatever's easy
I can
enough for you
try.
to carry. whatever you've always dreamed of holding, I guess.
I don't think I can fly. You might have to climb. I might have to. You might have to carry me.
Oh my. Okay. Aslo grabs out the rope.
Monkey?
What? Monkey?
Do you want to like?
She points at Wolfgang, who is now an ape.
That
Like
just looks
that?
that just looks bananas.
Banana.
Troll face.
Oh. Okay, you want me to turn into a monkey then? All right. You sure?
I'm asking you. You've been a snake and a bearded lizard for me, so you seemed mad last time, so I wanted you to pick.
Above game, there's no real advantage one way or the other.
It'll give you a climb speed.
I'll take the one with the climb speed then.
Yeah, giant ape.
Eh.
Gorillasmo.
Gorillasmo.
Gorilla as fuck.
Gorilla as fuck.
So you
Instead of a silverback, he's got a yellow back.
yeah, you have a yellow streak on your back, and the leathery flesh on your face is also yellow.
Fun.
I thought so.
Alrighty, hop aboard.
And Nara will tie herself to Gorillasmo.
Look
Near
out,
sets
they're
up-
coming through. The latest members of the DK crew.
DK crew.
Uh,
DK.
Donkey Kong. All right. What were you doing, Daenerys?
Daenerys makes himself a little rope papoose, and he begins equipping Wolfgang with the rope papoose, but he makes it so that there's room for him to be able to move, and because I plan on casting it Enlarge Reduce on Ape Gang, I'm going to go ahead and make it so that there's room for him to grow without like cutting off circulation.
Gotcha. All right. So Wolfgang is now a colossal ape, because giant ape is a huge beast.
Yep. And I'm going to continuously cast it on him. We're going to get as much ground as we can.
Honestly, Wolfgang could probably cradle all of you, including Gorillasmo. So, Gorillasmo could hang off of him like a little baby ape.
I just grab Asmo like this.
What's this?
Just
I
lift him up.
posted in the Roll With Me chat.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Oh my god.
Grabs him like this.
By the face.
Slap him on the back of the papoose. What does increasing his size do for his move speed? Does it?
I would assume doubles it. Jesus.
It wouldn't. It would increase his strength, but it doesn't say anything about move speed. But I took a look at the stats for a ape, and their climb speed is 30. A giant ape has a climb speed of 40. So
it would go up an additional 10. So you have a climb speed of 50 feet per round.
And on top of that, he has advantage on strength checks.
So go ahead and give me a D20 plus 6 with advantage, as you are carrying everyone.
Is this just a strength or an athletics?
It's athletics, but it's
Okay.
Oh, so wait, no, they have proficiency.
I have a +9 to athletics.
Yeah, strength. But becoming larger also increases your strength, doesn't it?
It gives me advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Okay, so it's just an advantage. It does increase the stats. Okay, so go ahead and athletics +9 with advantage. So
that's a soft 20 and a 22.
Oh my lord.
And with that, fucking King Gang, Wolf Kong starts just booking it up the mountain with you guys on his back.
Oh my god. One of the few times your back could
Hand
actually
over-
hurt from carrying the team.
Yeah, hand over hand over hand. After an hour, Orange Blossom is just going to continue having colossal ape Wolfgang. But Asmo is going to slowly start transforming back.
And I was still tied to his back.
Yep, so Asmo, as you're like gripping onto colossal ape Wolfgang's fur, it's starting to get a little bit heavier as your form starts to revert to Asmo.
Nara also grabs onto Wolfgang's fur.
All right, you're both able to hold on.
Ooh.
With this pace, you guys are kind of like booking it up the mountain. Like the first hour passes. Go ahead, Wolfgang, make me an additional athletics with advantage.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's going to be a 28.
Yeah, once Asmo starts turning back into Asmo, you feel that weight getting lifted on your back, and you're like, oh, second wind, boom, 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 like you were just.
Oh my god!
You make it to the top. You make it to like the top of one peak. See another mountain that goes a little bit higher to your side. You leap off of that.
Oh my god!
Arms outstretched, grabs onto the next mountainside. As you continue to climb up, you make it past the cloud line.
Oh my god!
So air is starting to get a bit thin, but you are blitzing it up this mountain. Anybody on his back can go ahead and make me a perception check if they want to see the world around them.
26.
13.
Do you want to ask one to do that as well?
You can do it if you want. Otherwise, you're just kind of like along for the ride.
I'll go along for the ride right now.
All right, Nara's able to see quite a bit with her drow eyes. That even though it is way too bright for her, you have to like kind of one hand as you pop down your sun goggles, because this is the first time you guys have seen open sun for a little over a week now. As you look out over the land, you can see the mass of the maw just slightly to the northwest of you. Still can't quite see past the expanse of the maw. Well, you can actually see almost past the expanse of the maw. You can see like the faded edges of the other bank of the maw with how high up you are. You can see the curvature of of Marmaria.
Whoa!
As you continue to ascend this mountain.
Around the mountain would I then be able to see? Because wouldn't that open up like all of that space around it?
You actually can see a lot, at least from this side of the mountain. So let me clarify some of this area here.
Map.
This is probably
the map.
The probable edges of your visual cone from here.
Wow, look at all this.
You see the stretch of green forest as far to the north and far to the south as you can see. You can barely make out the tower at Silver Rock from here, huddling above its hills. It with the 26 in perception, it actually looks like it is. It looks smaller than it should.
Smaller?
Mm-hmm.
In what kind of a way?
Like thinner.
Thinner?
Yeah, like
the tower was thinner.
Yeah, you are quite a few days marches away from this place, so like that's about as much as you're going to get with that roll. Like you're You're at an altitude.
Oh no. Okay.
Further, you can see the vast expanse of the mist beneath you. The day wears on until you run out of polymorph spells, and Wolfgang is absolutely exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
The wind is blustering. It is very cold. The air is very thin. To the point that once Wolfgang finally becomes less giant and not Wolf Kong. He. All of you need to make me a Constitution check.
Oh, Lord.
Constitution
All right.
check. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Let's get at those.
16.
Whoa.
5.
I do have to ask, Lani, does the fact that I'm wearing the bomber jacket of warming help with this check?
This is more due to the fact that the air is incredibly thin with how high up you are. So no.
So
Okay,
just
good deal.
not saving throw, you said, right?
Yeah,
Just
check.
normal. Okay. 10.
Asmo and Denier, you guys have been able to kind of pace yourself, but Wolfgang, as you slowly but surely become puny human again, even though you're not puny at all, just puny compared to massive fuck off ape, you are just heaving, like doing your best to suck in air to the point that you will need to rest as you do suffer 1 point of exhaustion after putting all that work in. Nara, you as well are having a hard time, but seeing as you did not carry everybody like Wolfgang did, you are not so much suffering a point of exhaustion, but you are kind of on the verge of it. You're lightheaded. You've never been this high up before. And the sun is kind of starting to
Get to me.
dip below the mountains on the far side of the of your visual spectrum. But from here you can see the peak of the mountain. You think that by tomorrow you should be able to make it to the top. Hell, maybe even tomorrow by lunch if you continue at the same pace you did today.
Denier, can we sleep or something?
Yeah.
As you are.
Do we have enough room for the tower?
At the space that you landed on, yeah, there's enough room on this ledge. It seems like a landing space that's looks like it's actually been used as a camp before.
Is there a campsite here, or is it empty?
There are the only thing that kind of give you hints that there was a camp here at some point. There are like old climbing spikes kind of hammered down. Some of them seem to have like rags dangling off them.
Mm-hmm. Then Denier is going to drop a 6th level spell, and he's going to make the tower.
Big old tower.
Hot damn.
Woohoo!
That's going to be 5. We get 5 floors this time. So we've got the lounge kitchen, we've got the bathroom, we've got the study. Actually, I have to check the spell and see how many we get. You know what? I'm going to put the observatory up there as well.
Sure.
And we get Denier's study. Let's see, lounge, kitchen, bathroom, study, observatory. You know what? I'll put a bedroom up there. Wolfgang gets his own bedroom tonight.
Aw.
Aw.
After carrying everybody on his back too.
Yes. As per usual.
Everybody take some time.
Wow.
To
Really?
Everybody can take some time to relax. Use the onsen that Denier has set up to, especially Wolfgang's aching non-ape muscles.
Oh, my aching back.
Also, just using it to warm up a little bit because it's cold. Like it's close to freezing out there right now.
Sorry, it's not Tom's version, but it'll do in a pinch.
It's lovely, Denier. Thank you very much.
Probably just because you're old.
I'm only like... How old am I again? I'm only like... I have an exact number. Hang on. I just need to access my character sheet. I'm only 35.
Isn't that like near dead for humans?
No. That's
Oh.
not even halfway yet. And
Oh.
all of my relatives who have had the same powers as me have lived for way longer than most humans.
Those that survive the life.
Those that survive the life, anyway.
Oh. Never mind. Enjoy your bath.
Okay.
We got the observatory up top, and if anybody wants it, and Wolfgang, I got you your own bedroom tonight. You deserve it.
I appreciate it.
Still kind of red in the face, trying to keep oxygen in.
Although, I will say, I'll probably have to, I'll either end up being vulnerable, or the rest of you will. I'll want to try and cast the magic circle again.
Well, you're welcome to all share a bed.
Hey.
Anybody have any particular designs on the evening before nestling down to get a big rest in for tomorrow's ascent?
Denier is going to be writing in his spell book for a little bit, and when he casts Dream for the night, his goal is to basically stand at guard duty to try to protect his friends.
Oh, sleeping's making me actually want to go sleep.
Staying on vigil in your mind palace.
Mm-hmm. Keeping tabs on what's happening in their little dream worlds, if at all possible.
Okay.
Nara, being all nervous, will in a concerned way, little spoon to Asmo, and blankets up to the face kind of situation.
It's chilly
Asmo
enough.
doesn't-
It's chilly enough that even though he's cold-blooded, this does feel good.
Dude, you gonna be able to sleep okay tonight, you think?
I hope so. I don't really want to do that again.
Not taking any chances. I'll start spreading some holy water around to both of you. And
What do you
if Denier's
think's
in
about
there,
to
I'll get
happen
him as
here,
well.
Wolfgang?
Get fucking
Is
nightmared.
this part of your pee ritual?
This is not pee. This is holy water.
It's God's pee.
Is there a... See? There's no difference, is there?
There is quite a difference. This is not yellow.
Are you sure? Well, I don't know what a god's pee looks like, so...
Let's say this,
You?
Wolfgang. Have you ever tried to pee on a vampire? Just.
Mind if he was particularly pissed at one? Oh no, you're on fire! Let me put the...
It burns worse!
So it is.
No, it is water that has been blessed by a priest. And is used in the spell components in order to create this magic circle, which I am going to tune towards Celestials, Undead, Fae, and Fiends this time.
Next time we find a vampire, you're peeing on it.
Deal.
You realize that's probably going to be Vile Blood, right?
Deal.
He agreed.
Double deal.
All right, so
Your
everybody.
questions are strange, but I'm starting to understand.
She looks at Asmo and kind of smiles.
As everybody nestles down to rest. Oh. As everybody
Sorry.
nestles down to rest for the evening. Denier,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh!
Oh my
26. As you're hovering around your mind palace, trying to keep tabs on everybody around you, you feel a pervading presence. You feel a gust of wind shoot through your home.
So you've finally chosen me, huh? Denier turns and looks in that direction.
A gust of wind seems to be blowing. Does your mind palace have a library?
It does. It has a very large library.
A space where you keep your, like, cataloged information all secured and bundled up, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be leading you that way.
Daenerys follows it.
You find the room lit by candlelight. The windows of the room are open. And at the center table of the library, kind of paying you no mind as you walk in, there's a gray-cloaked figure. Their arms very long. You would call them lanky, as the length of their arms and legs seem to betray the amount of muscle that is on them, which is sizable. As you get a better glimpse of their profile, you see their face, a very, very broad features, almost dwarf-like. Their nose has a very wide bridge, their forehead kind of shunted, their fingers, while long, very thick-knuckled. As they are standing before the books, they try to reach out, but they force their hand back. They turn their head slowly towards you. Your mind is impressive.
Has to be. Who are you and what do you want?
I mean you no harm. I simply seek to judge if you and your ilk are worthy. I am Tirithul. Tiri-Thul. I am the gatekeeper of Lonothrond.
Insight.
Go for it. With advantage due to your wisdom
Nat
save.
20.
Yeah, baby!
They aren't lying to you. As they turn and you lock eyes for the first time, you see that from the proper angle, they almost seem to glow gold.
I sense no doubt in your voice. Let us speak. Daenerys snaps his fingers, and as he does, a table with 2 chairs will appear. The table is very well set. Tea, snacks, so on and so forth. And he pulls his cloak, his starry cloak, back to show his face, and he settles down at the chair. You guard the city of Haven to stop those that are not worthy from reaching Arkanos.
Yes, it is my purpose, my life's work.
And what have you found so far?
That there are not many who are worthy. But you and your lot may be. You have such conflicting emotions within you. What tests I was able to perform told me that each of you is willing to sacrifice for each other, for what they believe. One cast himself into the abyss, or perhaps it was a veiled attempt to save both. One betrayed the hand that provided them life. One I could not crack and simply dreamed of meats and ales.
He's a
strange
simple
one.
soul.
You, however, you gird your mind with such intensity. You hide in a shell, binding your knowledge to locked forms. It would take me some time to leaf through it if I were even able to ascertain them.
Do you wish to know why?
If you wish to indulge me.
Denier lifts a hand, and behind him, a painting begins to move, and it shifts. It shows the scene of the peace rally of Bahum taking a shot and falling. Because the one time that my mind was weak, the enemies of this world took advantage. I will never let that happen again.
I have seen this memory before, from a different angle. Curious case, that one.
You speak of Hackless.
Who?
No, you speak of... My apologies. You speak of Fezziwig. He carries with him another side that calls itself the Jester of Bordeaux.
Yes. The one of two minds. One seeking to rid itself of the other.
Yes, he seeks Arkanos' aid. He's afflicted by an ancient god of corruption and of destruction. The same one that set its sights on me. But thankfully, Arkanos has given me the power to protect my mind, to help try to defend this world against its forces.
You have the blessing of the Elf King.
Denier shows the ring. His familiar walks with me.
If the Elf King deem you worthy, then I am no one to judge. If you wish to ascend, find yourself at the peak. Then have faith and leap from its edge. The worthy will ascend. Those who are unworthy will be cast to the rocks below.
Denier nods. Very well. I will let the others know of this.
The Elf King provided me sanctuary. There are not many of my kind left. Those of stone were killed out to the west. Those of fire now rest within volcanoes. Those of ice hibernate.
You speak of the giants.
Yes.
One of stone still lives. He rules the city of Oasis in the west.
Knowing now that this person is a giant, you start to see the feminine nature, realizing that Tirithul is a female giant. If what you say is true, then my primordial brethren reigns in that land as well. A mighty bird, larger than any that has ever grown.
He does. I called to him in our darkest hour, as thunder clashed and shadows loomed and battle raged. I called to the great beast in our greatest need, and he came to us to aid in battle.
No wonder your mind has so many volumes and tomes. You carry so many interesting tales. I would love to hear of them one day, but that is not my duty.
One day, when this is all said and done, I look forward to when we can sit and just tell stories to each other. I have a great many that I can tell you, and I'm sure you have a world of stories to tell me.
They stare deeply into your eyes for a moment, just trying to get a solid read of you.
Mm-hmm.
This entire time, they've seemed to, like, look upon you with puzzlement.
He doesn't attempt to hide anything.
You're a curious creature. I hope you live long.
I hope so as well. If my journey, the end of my journey fares well, my enemy claims itself to be eternal. I hope to prove that it is not. Or at least figure out a way to protect this world from the beast, no matter the cost.
A traveler once told me that nothing is eternal.
And I've seen that. I've watched the gods die. And I believe that fact is true.
Then I will trouble you no more. Rest well, Dream Master.
Danir nods. He gives a little bit of a bow. And may Arkanos' wisdom guide you.
It always has. As they turn into a cloud and sweep away from your sweep out your window. And as you all rest through the night, Danir now with fresh information in hand, here's where we will end tonight's session.